I am here to tell you those don't work. That is literally what I did. It made a huge difference for me, but the difference between trying for 9 months and trying for 1 month. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would just do a really quick video giving you some advice for trying to conceive quickly. I want to just say right off the bat why I feel like I am a credible person to give this advice, because when I see clickbaity titles like how to get pregnant fast, I tend to not believe that that person actually knows how to do that, and it bothers me because so many people struggle with infertility, and it's just like, how can you promise that? So I want to say, first of all, I want to say that I cannot promise that. All I can do though is share my experience. I'm on my 4th child. I am pregnant, newly pregnant with my 4th child. And I have learned a few things about how to get pregnant faster, especially with my last 2 babies, my 3rd child, and then now this 4th child. I learned a ton because those were the 2 that I was really trying to conceive. The other 2 were just surprises, and that was the crazy thing, was that my first 2 children were surprises, and then it took 9 months with my 3rd baby. But now I have totally figured out why it took 9 months for me and what the issue was, and I fixed that problem, and I got pregnant within the first month of trying this time around. So that is why I think I actually have some advice on how to get pregnant fast for a woman that is similar to me, I would say. Someone that has the similar issues as me would really benefit from this video. So maybe that's you. If it's not you, I'm so sorry, and I am praying for every single one of you that is trying to conceive a baby, no matter if it's your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th child. I know how emotional it is, and I feel for you so deeply. So let's just get into my advice. So like I said, my first 2 children were wonderful surprises. This is going to be a TMI video, so just click out if you don't want to know about making babies, like the title of this video suggests, how to get pregnant fast, trying to conceive tips. If you don't want those, head on out. But anyway, so with my 2nd, Henry, who is now 3.5, it was 1 time. Like, he was conceived from 1 time of trying. Like, I know that 100%. So it's funny. And so after that, I thought, okay, when we are trying to conceive a baby, it's going to be very easy. It's going to happen immediately. That is what I falsely thought, that just because you've gotten pregnant easily before, that you will get pregnant easily again. And that is not always the case. There is a thing called secondary infertility, and there are just so many different factors that go into it. So just because it's easy with one baby does not necessarily mean it's easy with the next. However, it was very strange to me. I was expecting to get pregnant like the 1st month with my 3rd. When I didn't get pregnant, I was like, what is going on, And then, but I was like, oh, whatever. 2nd month, 3rd month, 4th month. Then I started to really get worried. Like, is there something wrong with me? What's happening? Well, I was going about it the wrong way. Now, this is a personal video. Like, this kind of stuff, it's personal. So I'm going to share some personal things because I want to help anyone out there who might be in a similar situation to me. So since we were trying for this baby, we were only trying around the times that I thought I was ovulating. It was a very stressful thing. After, I'm sure a lot of you women know, if you've been trying for a long time, after you've been trying for a while, it feels so like the whole spontaneous part of intimacy is just taken out, like thrown out the window. It becomes a job. It's so stressful. It's so hard on your marriage. So we were really only trying around the times that we thought I was ovulating. How I was determining when I thought I was ovulating was through those Amazon ovulation test strips. I am here to tell you those don't work, at least for me. There are so many women on the internet. Like, I've literally never heard anyone say this but me, but I know I cannot be alone in this. But there are so many women on the internet that talk about buying those Amazon internet cheapies, as a lot of people call them, and how, you know, there's no reason to buy the more expensive ovulation tests from the drugstore, just buy the Amazon test strips. I don't know if it's like an affiliate link thing because they can link them. I really don't know, but it's like, that's what everyone recommended. And so I trusted that those would work. And it's just a little strip if you don't know. And ovulation tests are very different than pregnancy tests. Pregnancy, if you have any sort of line, which if you saw my live pregnancy test, you'll see that at the faintest line because I found out really early at the beginning. And usually if you did the test correctly and you looked at it within 3 minutes, that is, any line is pregnant. Ovulation, it needs to be as dark or almost as dark as the control line to mean that you are having the LH surge and that you ovulate within like 12 to 24 hours or 24 to 48. I don't know. The packaging says how long. So I was doing those strips, which is exhausting because you're peeing on something every single day. And then especially when you've been doing this for 9 months, you are peeing on the ovulation test strips for like multiple days. I don't have super regular periods. So it wasn't like, okay, I know my period's coming around this time, I'm going to start testing around this time. I had to test a lot earlier because I have irregular periods. So if that is the case for you, then this video should be helpful for you because I think this was my main struggle, was figuring out when I ovulate because I have irregular periods. So I can have a cycle that is like 20 days long and a cycle that's like 40 days long, like very, very irregular. But sometimes though, my cycles get a little bit regular, and that is actually when I conceived my third child. First and second, I wasn't tracking or anything, but with my third child and this child, my cycle had gotten a little bit more regular, which I thought was really interesting. And I know that because I looked back on when I got pregnant with my third child, and it was that way. I looked at my cycles and they had become more regular. And then that's when I conceived with this baby. So I have no idea if that has anything to do with it, but I just thought that was an interesting thing. So I was doing the ovulation from Amazon test strips, and then I was tracking my period and ovulation through the app, like a pregnancy app. I think I've been using Glow, I think it's called, and the Ava app. Although I didn't start using the Ava bracelet until the very end of trying to conceive with my third child. So that was a whole 9-month period. So at the beginning, I'm just using the ovulation test strips. I'm using the app. I knew not to trust the app because even with the ovulation test strips, like, they never lined up. Like, my period never lined up with the app. It literally could never accurately predict my ovulation through the app. So some women, if you have really regular periods, you may be able to just depend on the pregnancy app. For me, that's not the case. I still like to use it because I like to log when my period was, obviously. And then I like to log when I get like a positive ovulation test. So I like to use it for that, but I do not use it for determining when I ovulate. Now, when you put in when you got a positive ovulation test, then it switches and it more accurately estimates when you ovulated. So after 8 months of trying, I got the Ava bracelet. So I started wearing that, but I didn't even have that a month before I got pregnant, because what I did was I got the expensive ovulation test. This is how I got pregnant. Now, this is the clear blue. I'm sure you can get whatever brand, but just the more expensive one from the drugstore. You can probably get them online, but you know what I mean. The pricier ones than the Amazon test strips. I actually had the advanced kind with my third child. I meant to get the advanced kind with this child, but I accidentally got this one, and if I didn't get pregnant the first month, I was going to buy the advanced kind the next month because it gives you like 4 or 5 days, at least for me. I think every woman's different, but for me it gave me like 4 or 5 fertile days. It tells you like when you're in your fertile window, and then it gives you your peak. So I liked that. This one just gives you your peak, the one that's not the advanced, but this worked for me too, and it's probably a little bit cheaper. But, so what I did, now this, as you can see, I still have, you know, a decent amount left. Since my period's not super regular, I had to test a lot more often to figure out, you know, when my ovulation is, because I didn't want to miss it. So this for me would probably last 2 months. And I think it's like 30 bucks or something like that. You can probably get it on sale somewhere. So yeah, it's a lot more expensive than the Amazon kind, but it works. And for whatever reason, the Amazon kind does not work for me at all. So I used this advanced for the third baby, regular kind for this baby that I got pregnant the first month. But both times that I used one of these more expensive ovulation tests, I got pregnant that month. The first month I started using those, I got pregnant with 2 babies. I feel like that is not just a coincidence. With my third, I thought maybe it could have been a coincidence, but then now with this fourth, the same thing happening, I'm like, I don't really think that's a coincidence. I think that it was more accurately figuring out what my ovulation is. So if you're a woman like me where you have trouble finding your ovulation, go with the more expensive tests. It will save you so much stress and heartache, which is worth, and time, which is worth money. So go for that. So what I did is for this this baby, I just had the regular kind. So once I tested every morning. I would do the morning urine. You don't have to, but it needs to be after like not peeing for 4 hours. And after having 3 babies, I pee all the time. So I knew I needed to just do it in the morning. So every morning I would, do the test, and I'd wait and wait. And then finally I got my smiley face. It took me like a week because, wasn't sure when to start testing. So after about a week of doing that every morning, I got the smiley face. We tried, I think it was like 2 days before that, because I knew maybe my fertile window was coming up. So we tried like 2 days before that. And then we tried the morning, this is TMI, the morning that I got that smiley face, we tried. And I really think that was probably when we, conceived. I probably ovulated within 12 to 24 hours after. And then the same thing basically with my third baby, except for since it gave me a larger window, I knew to start trying sooner, but but it was basically the same. Like I had tried a couple days before I got the peak, and then I tried like the day of the peak. So yeah, I think that's basically it for what I did to conceive within the first month. Is use those ovulation test kits and try the day I got the LH surge, the positive. That's when I tried, not because you're more likely to conceive like a day before you ovulate than like if you try the day you ovulate, because you might miss it. So, and we tried a ton, like with the LH, with the test strips from Amazon, like we tried, I logged when we tried. So I have it all around the time, multiple days that it claimed would have been my fertile window. We tried around that time and I did not get pregnant. And then I used these and I get pregnant the first month with both of my babies. I feel like that's a huge sign that these actually work a lot better, actually do the job that they're promising. And they're definitely worth the money. So, Is there anything else I wanted to say in this video? That is it. That is literally what I did. It made a huge difference for me, but the difference between trying for 9 months and trying for 1 month, for my overall just health and happiness, it made a huge difference. So I wish you guys all the best. I may do one more trying to conceive video where I talk about my earliest pregnancy symptoms, because I had a lot of early pregnancy symptoms this time around. And I always find that really interesting because I'm always wondering, am I pregnant? Am I not pregnant? Especially when I was trying for 9 months. That just drove me crazy, and sometimes it's just too much. But when you haven't been trying that long, it's kind of fun to be trying to, guess if you're pregnant or not. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will subscribe and give this video a thumbs up to support my channel. And I hope that you will watch my day in the life mom vlogs. I post a lot of those on here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.